special surprise. Bree is joining the channel.
Oh,
yeah.
Yay!
Yeah.
And I'm, I guess, here to stay.
Yeah, I think so.
What's going on, everybody? I am super excited to be here. First video. Hopefully it goes well. Hope you guys like me. If you don't, then I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, sorry.
Today we
Get out of
have a super exciting, shocking, interesting list for you guys.
Yeah, today's list is all about transformation. As we count down
our list of the top 10 extreme body modifications.
how far would you go to transform yourself into, I don't know, like a lizard?
Oh god, or become a superhuman cyborg.
I don't know. Well, we will cover all this and more in today's video, so without further ado, let's get started.
Boom. At number 10, corset piercing. I know that corsets are kind of coming back into fashion and everyone is going out and buying their own to follow the trends, but there are those out there who have really gone that extra mile to become the corset, and it's actually pretty flippin' extreme. There's a such thing as corset piercings, and it's pretty much exactly what you would imagine. People go in and get a series of horizontal piercings across their back, and then they thread a piece of ribbon through the piercings to give the look of a corset back. Some people keep their ribbon patterns pretty simple, and others made it more complex, adding multiple ribbons at once, mixing colors, and even threading patterns as well. Though most corset piercings are done to the person's back, it can also be done to your legs, arms, and sides, so if you want to become a human ribbon hybrid, then this might be the thing for you. This extreme body modification also has a bit of an NSFW background as well, but I am not going to go into those details here, so the rest of the internet is at your disposal for that one. Would you guys ever get this done to yourself, or would you rather stay with the trending TikTok corset tops for now?
Number 9, Lizardman. Dude, I like snakes. Hate spiders, love snakes. Well, okay, love's a strong word. More fascinated by them. Do I ever want to be on the wrong side of one? No. But would I be the first to volunteer to hold a python at the zoo? Like, absolutely. They're just so cool. But no matter how much anyone likes reptiles, they all have to compete with Eric, the Lizardman Sprong. Eric has made his transformation into a human lizard his mission. He spent 4 years planning out his body mod design, which covers his entire body, complete with tattoos, piercings, Teflon horn implants around his eyes, a forked tongue, and teeth filing. Eric is the closest being we know on this earth that is part human, part lizard. The tattoos themselves took somewhere between 650 to 700 hours to complete. Like, what? Not all at once, obviously spread out, giving the illusion that there is no separation from man and reptile. At one time he even experimented with intense earlobe stretching, like pulling a car with his earlobes, but then he had a reaction to it, so he stopped doing that.
In at number 8, Achilles piercing. You can pretty much get anything pierced. I would say within reason, of course, but there are people out there who've really gone to extremes to put holes in places that really shouldn't have them. Take, for example, the Achilles piercing. This body modification involves getting a big ol' spike through the back of your foot where the Achilles tendon is, and it looks pretty darn intimidating. The person who put this weird body modification on the map is someone called Mr. Tetanus. This individual, who is a performance artist, created a custom 10mm spike to put through his ankle to use in performances. Yes, you heard that right, this is all for an outlandish performance. Mr. Tetanus has used his piercing to swing bowling balls, weights, and has even hung from meat hooks with it. Ouch. This is such an intimidating body modification that Mr. Tetanus has gone on record saying that he does not recommend anyone else getting this done because it can cause damage to your body, saying that even after 12 years the piercing never fully healed. In fact, he can't really take the spike out of his ankle because the piercing starts to close up immediately and starts to heal itself after an hour with it out. I think this might go without saying, but don't do this.
Number 7, the human Ken doll. After over 1,000 cosmetic surgeries, let me say that again, 1,000 cosmetic surgeries, Justin Jaleka is the human Ken doll. Justin says, and I quote, "For me, most of what I had after my first nose job was a want in my life. I knew I didn't need them. I never felt my body was less than or was dissatisfied with it. It really for me was a quest in my artistry and creativity and an expression of the thing I found beautiful, not necessarily what the Western world found beautiful." Justin is both a pioneer and guinea pig in the plastic surgery world and now works as a consultant. His work isn't just about the cosmetic aspect, but has also helped people with painful deformities that have occurred from either tragic accidents or things that we're born with. Justin even designed most of his own implants and continues to do the same for anyone else looking to change that one thing or several things, whatever it is. Interesting.
At number 6, arm ear. You know how as kids we would always joke about our parents having eyes in the back of their heads because somehow they always knew what shenanigans we were up to? Well, this next person I'm gonna tell you guys about really took this idea one step further, and instead of moving his eyes, he moved his ears, so to speak. Or so to hear. A performance artist named Stelios Arkadios got an ear implanted into his arm. Yes, you heard that correctly. This man got an ear that was grown in a lab from cultured cells surgically implanted into his arm. I don't even want to think about how much something as bizarre as this would cost, mostly because I wouldn't even know where to begin with my estimation. To make this body mod even weirder, Stelios told sources that he plans on implanting a tiny microphone into the ear in his arm so that he can know what his arm is hearing. This is an incredibly weird request from science, but to each their own, I guess. Would you want to know what your arm is hearing? Gosh, I really never thought I would utter a sentence like that.
Number 5, RFID chips. Okay, don't freak out. I'm gonna scream this. No, I'm not gonna scream it. You guys hate it. It's loud, okay? The mic's right there. There are no microchips in the vaccine. There, I said it, okay? Just so we know. If you would like one inserted, all you have to do is ask a specific medical professional. Considering how popular tap is on our credit cards, Apple Pay, Google Pay, what would be the next best thing? Well, biohackers are eager to get chipped, as they say, and are even undergoing risky DIY surgery at tattoo parlors. So I guess you don't have to ask a medical professional, but please do. These RFID chips eliminate the worry of losing their wallet or even their house or car keys, but that's the easy stuff. It could be used on a national scale to prevent hacking and identity theft, and businesses in Europe are already making it a voluntary option. It also could be used for medical reasons. Your blood type, allergies, conditions could be stored, and all the doctors would have to do would be like scan you before they put you into surgery if you were, for instance, in a car accident. There are definitely upsides to this information being so readily available, but I personally am not ready for such a commitment. I live a dangerous life, and I want to keep it that way. No one knows what will happen as I walk to and from the refrigerator, opening and closing it, hoping something else will change.
In at number 4, suspension. You know how at butcher shops they keep those big slabs of meat on hooks in the back freezer? Well, imagine if you were one of those big slabs of meat on a hook. It's a disturbing thought to have, but apparently there are a handful of people out there who enjoy the sensation of suspension. These people have undergone procedures to get large piercings in their bodies where they can be hoisted off the ground using hooks and some rope. I literally have chills thinking about it. Those who participate in the practice of suspension say that the experience is more of a sensation than what others may refer to as pain. They say that the feeling of being suspended by your own skin is, quote, not necessarily negative, end quote. Well, I'm glad that they're finding enjoyment out of this. Many also say that the experience of suspension is more spiritual for them, saying, quote, the pulling is gentle and done with love. It is a sacred ritual and it's about doing it well, keeping each other emotionally, physically, and mentally safe, end quote. I mean, you couldn't catch me dangling in the air by my own skin, but I'm glad that those who do participate in this are actually having some fun.
Number 3, a cyborg. Ever wanted like a bionic arm or leg, or like just wanted to be Arnold Schwarzenegger in The Terminator? Hyundai has come up with their own Iron Man robotic exoskeleton. Designed specifically for military action, having an exoskeleton that can dramatically increase stamina, strength, and endurance is kind of the dream. Currently, this is a body modification that can be removed. However, they may come out with versions that don't have to be. For instance, it could help people with permanent disabilities, or for people just looking to make back-breaking factory work a little easier. The enthusiasm towards body modifications like this actually has a name: transhumanism. One noteworthy American politician, Zoltan Istvan, is a transhumanist who thinks this technology could have more recreational uses. For instance, if you wanted to make your honeymoon extra special, you could like suit up and go to town.
At number 2, elf ears. I think that out of all of the body modifications on this list, the only one that I would be genuinely interested in, because I would just like to look like my Skyrim character. This elf ears body mod is essentially what it sounds like. It's the process of getting your ears surgically altered to come to a point, much like the ears of elves. So if you like cosplaying as various elf characters from pop culture, this might be the thing for you. The way that this pointy-eared result is achieved is actually pretty simple. Essentially, the plastic surgeon would make a cut in the cartilage of your ear, move it together so that it forms a point, and then they just stitch it back together in that new shape. Nothing too extreme other than the look of it, of course. The whole process of altering the shape of your ear like this, and the trend behind it, is called elfing, and it's actually a pretty popular body mod among cosplayers and fantasy enthusiasts, so if you ever see an elf on the street, maybe chat them up and ask about their mod, because I'm sure there's a pretty creative story behind it.
And last but not least, this is so incredible. Just in general, it's called lab grown. Okay, so technically this isn't like a piercing body mod thing, but I came across this article and it blew my mind. It does not stop spinning. The promise of 3D printed body parts, as we mentioned earlier with the ear on the arm thing, are already being implemented, and it's only a matter of time before it becomes mainstream and people start doing, you know, weirder things with it. For a long time, donor patients have dreamed of not having to wait for a life-saving organ to be donated in order to survive, and a future where they no longer have to is here. Lab-grown vaginas and bladders have already been implemented successfully. That's right, you heard me. Lab-grown, implemented, successful. According to an article in BBC News, 4 women in the US were implanted in 2014 to help cure a malformation at birth called apalasia. They have since regained full function of their reproductive organ, and theoretically they may even be able to withstand birth. And this is from like an actual vagina that was grown in a lab. Imagine what this could mean. The future is here, folks. In the words of Bill Nye, science rules. I know that's like very taboo, but that is really cool.
Right?
Like that's, and like the fact that they could actually have a kid through, like what? That's nuts.
Science.
Yeah, seriously.
So we've got people growing ears in labs.
Yep.
This.
And like amazing exoskeletons, and then also people turning into lizards.
Yeah. Science is weird.
Yeah, and also like human beings, individuals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Brains.
Eyes. Like just starts listing off body parts. Yeah. Toes.
Elbows.
Nostrils. Anyways.
Oh my god.
Great.
And this is why we need 2 time slots. Well guys, that is our list of the top 10 extreme body modifications. I have to say that was definitely a wild one.
Yeah, there was a lot of things I did not expect on that list.
A lot.
If I'm being honest.
Yep.
Would you guys ever get any of these body modifications done? Leave us a comment, please, about what you think about these crazy procedures. What are your thoughts?
All of them. Just leave all of
Yeah,
them.
and like and subscribe as well.
Yes. Anyways, I've been one of your hosts, Bree Room.
And I've been your host, Rachel Fisher, and until next time, guys, be kind.
Be kind, rewind.
Oh, I like that. Okay,
Yeah.
that's good. Bam! Oh dear, here we go. Gotta apply the lip stuff. Get
I
prepped.
forgot about that. Whatever. First video here, I'm gonna set the bar real low. I can only go up from here.
Do what you possibly can. That's great. I think, yeah, you're first.
That's me. It me.
I want to feel like a maiden running through a garden at all times. It's really weird speaking from this low down. I like it.
So he just stopped doing that.
Yeah, he just stopped doing that.
The end. Never heard from him since.
No. Yeah, like it sounds like the body's like, great, take it out, heal, go, so you can get it in. Like, don't do that. If you didn't know, that was interesting.
I'm gonna tell you that it's interesting.
Yeah, just
even if you don't think so.
What?
I wish that was a lie. I really do.
That's so, on your arm?
On your arm.
Of all places. That movie, you know what I'm talking about. Chris, what's it called? Yeah, ever wanted a bionic leg, arm, or just wanted to be Arnold Schwarzenegger in, imagine if I forgot that again. It's bloopers, we're good. Your wife could call you a machine in bed finally.
Oh,
That's a lot.
Instead of getting like a tux, it's that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Vaginas!
Oh god.